they're going to have 7 practices open to the fans. There's a total of 17. So, I like to give percentages. And I said they're allowing the fans to see 41%, round it up, 41% of the practices. I think that's a lot, and I think that's enough. I know fans would want to be there every day, but you know what? You can't be there every day. Still in this day and age where the media cannot film certain portions of practice. Kind of hard to tell all those fans that kind of send stuff out. And I think a lot of time when you send stuff out, you send out the wrong context. But I think those 7 days of practice are going to be good. And I think I would say to people, if you in the lottery or whatever you have to do to try to find a way to get you some tickets, go and check it out. Because I for one would I'm going to say over the years I would hear how well they were practicing, how intense they were practicing, and I would go out specifically to see if it was true. Then I realized that the people were telling me how hard they were practicing didn't know what a hard practice is. And I'm not saying they got to go back to bull in the ring and all the craziness. I just think the intensity has to be picked up. And they don't wear pads as much as we did. And I understand it. But I think still you have to get to a level of practice, a level of intensity to make sure you're ready to go. Because when you put on those pads, you better damn well be in enough shape to be able to go to the next level. Because if you're not ready, you can be embarrassed and you get hurt. And I think we are now noticing there's a lot every year. First real preseason game or whatever, injuries pop up because people hadn't been going hard enough. And I just believe in making yourself go hard enough to be able to get ready for a full season. I don't believe that happened in the previous years. And I think it's going to happen because, like what I said, Doc, we saw them in OTAs giving me more intensity than they gave me in training camp. It doesn't guarantee anything, but you know what? It get them a better damn chance. And I'm looking forward to it. And I think when fans go out there, remember I said this, I think you'll see a little more intensity, and the tempo is way up than what it used to be.
Dan Campbell, head coach of the Lions.
Yeah.
If you go back and look at one of the statements he made, he was pleading to his team that he didn't want to do this, but he had to do it to help them.
Yeah.
That they had to have more contact. And he was pleading with them, telling them that how much he loved them.
Yeah.
But that love means I got to show you the right way to do it. It's almost like child rearing. You know what you took your girls through and your son. That's your best teaching is with the people you love the most.
Yeah.
And the worst thing you can do is ill prepare them for life. And we saw teams that were ill prepared for the battle.
Yeah.
And it's a sin because the leadership was garbage.
People do what you allow them to do. I'll tell you a story. I was like 9 years old. Mm-hmm. And I had been telling my dad since I was 5, 6, I wanted to be a football player. Mm-hmm. So my grandmother lived about 1.5 miles, close to 2 miles from us. Mm-hmm. And my mom needed me to go get something from my grandmother. So I said, I'm going to take the bike. That's what you do. You jump on the levee, you ride your bike, go get the stuff, come on back. He said, nah, how about you jog down there? I'm 9 years old. And my mom is like, no, you're not going to make my baby go. He said, but your baby say he wants to be a professional football player. And I'm not going to wait until he gets to that age to start training. I'm going to train him right now. So I ran to my grandmother, picked up the little stuff for my mom, and I ran back home. I jogged back home. My grandmother say, your dad is that man crazy. Make sure you call me when you get home. So you know, at the rotary dial back in the day. I called my grandma and said, I'm back home, Grandma. She said, boy, that was fast. Say, well, your daddy.
You rotary or crank?
Rotary.
Did you hit the crank?
No, I had the rotary phone. And I ran back home. And I just look at that like, some people would say that's child abuse. But you know what? It set my tone to when I got into the league to where I had young dudes to my man, why you going so hard? That's all I know. I don't know how to go another way. And I think when we look at a lot of the players, they were going hard for what they had been told hard is. You know what I mean? Right now, I guarantee you they know it's way more intensity than it was the last 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
They have to know it. And the thing of it is when you get into the season, man, it's not get in shape now. It's you should be already in shape. You just now get to pristine shape. at this point.
Well, you couldn't say it any better. And it's not just our team. There are a number of teams
Hmm.
that are poorly operated, and we see it every year. And it's not piling on anybody. It's a fact. When you hire, it's a bad hire because the guy who hired him didn't know a damn thing about competitive athletics. All that's changed now. That's why it's uplifting. All you got to do is go to one practice, and you can already tell that we're in a much better position. Now the players got to prove it. They got to stay healthy, and the rest of it, I just can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it happen.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
I'm waiting for it. You know, I
Can't
I
wait.
I am anticipating and I am looking forward to this season.
Yeah.
As John Kime said earlier, none of us know what they're going to look like exactly.
Which is good.
But I believe they're putting the work into where it's going to look different than what it used to look. We
Mhm.
can't guarantee. I can't sit on these areas. I know people ask me every time you see me walking around. And I'll talk to anybody out there. Man, what they gonna be this year? How many games they gonna win? I can't tell you that, but I can tell you that they are working to put themselves in a better position this year than they did in previous years, to where I expect better. Okay, I expect to see more. I expect to see them play better. I expect them to be more competitive, and that's all you can ask for in the NFL, because whether we admit it or not, there's 53 people plus the extras practice squad people on every team, and the skill set is about the same. It's the preparation and intensity that they work with that makes one team better than the other, or the amount of mistakes that one team makes. If you make more mistakes, you're probably going to lose that game. And I just think ultimately, I'm looking forward to seeing this, how it plays out, because I have a strange mindset that there are going to be some guys that we did not expect in previous years that's going to be a vital part to what's happening moving forward.
Mhm. Mhm. No, hey man, nothing else needs to be said. Proofs in the pudding, and don't sleep on Tampa because they realize they got a guy that went through what we went through over there, going against it, and they're not going to get caught off guard. I think we got an element of surprise going our way, but the excitement that this new group has brought here, ownership down through the players, it's going to be worth the wait.
Yeah, but it's like, we think about previous years where we would sit on these airwaves and you'd be doing shows and
Yeah,
we would be talking about stuff that didn't have anything to do with winning football.
yeah,
And then when we got into a lot of players, it was always about, it's a lot of players that basically were me guys. This year, we're not talking about all that stuff. So that's a testament to the new ownership and how they handle stuff.
yeah.
Then when we come into it, we start talking about players, we're hearing people give each other praise. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, I don't, like when you watch the Boston Celtics the other night. Oh man, you did a great. No, so and so did. It's like you're pointing to others because you see them putting in the work. That's what you're hearing now. We have veteran guys being amazed at how much Jaden Daniels puts in. We got young guys who are in awe to be around Bobby Wagner. You watch Austin Eckler, not huge in stature, but the way that dude has performed since he's been in the league,
Baller,
he's a big, yeah, like they say, big things
baller,
come in small packages, what they call Hershey Kiss. He's a Hershey
baller.
Kiss. The dude
Yeah,
can play, you know?
yeah.
And we've had a guy here since he's gotten into this league where Terry McLaurin, all he does is pin his ears back and does his job. So the chances we get to go out there, I would say I want everyone to please go into it with a mindset and a game plan, not just to, you see they're in 7-on-7. No, they in air and they throw a deep pass, somebody catch it and the whole crowd cheer. Nah, they ain't nothing to cheer about. If they playing catch, they're supposed to be catching the damn ball.
Hmm.
Okay. Now they got a 7-on-7 and he has a big one and he catches down the field, give him a little clap. But if the quarterback scats up the middle of the field, that's nothing to be happy about, because 7-on-7, they don't have a pass rush. And they should be able to run up the field. So if he runs for 40 yards, he's basically being asinine. We used to see that all the time with Rob. You know what I'm saying? And fans would be losing their minds. I'm like, man, you saw that? I'm like, yeah, I can put you out there right now. You can do the same thing because ain't nobody coming at you. So let's go into it with a game plan, understanding what we're looking for. And hopefully, I'm going to say it this year. This is my game plan, is to try and educate more about football and not just about fandom. Because if you know more, you would expect more. If you know more, you know when to cheer, what to cheer for, and what not to cheer for. Like you said last week, if they want you to be happy that that a first round draft pick quarterback can play catch, then something's wrong. So you shouldn't be happy about that.
No, but they'll be look, I just decided this, and again, I don't give a damn. Let the fantasy people live their fantasy life. All I just
I
talk to
rather
the
educate
people.
the people that want to learn more.
Well,
Doc.
hell with them. Let me tell you what, because they don't want to learn because they never been through the process. All I'm saying is that the people that really truly want to learn, they'll listen. The other ones don't, whatever. Because the defense allows the offense to get through a practice. I mean, and they give you that. All you were doing, all I do is explain to you that the defense allows the drill to go through. Don't act like you beat somebody who allowed you to complete your pass.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing. But if they want to stay stuck on stupid, live on it and die on it. We're going to be good with or without any of us because we have a structure now that's built on competition, not this hypothetical garbage about how flexible you are and you ain't good at nothing. These people are playing with and teaching with purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait.
Yeah,
Done.
I think that competition level, like, just competing against someone that if I put 2 8s out there, if one of them has to win, one of them have to go up to an 8-1 on up, maybe a 9.
That's right. That's
But
right.
if I put 2 8s out there and I already told, if I put a 7 and an 8 and I told the 7 you're the starter, what does the 8 do? The 8 normally drops down to a 7 or a 6-7 because he feels, well, that guy's better than me. That's the mental
Can't
psyche.
win.
See, that's the
Can't
mental
win.
psyche that I don't think a lot of fans or even coaches understand. If that guy, all the people in the locker room are telling me I'm better than him, but you told him he's starting, I normally begin to follow what you say. And that guy who was better ends up being less. Because a lot of people aren't self-starters anymore. And I would suggest everybody motivate yourself. Don't wait for somebody else to tell you what you're about. If you're not starting and you feel you better, every day you make that dude that's competing against you step it up. And I believe this coaching staff would look at it. Some don't look at it. Some go, oh, I decided I wanted to start him. They don't want to look bad. They don't look like they made the wrong decision. But
That's
I
the
think
draft crap.
this coaching staff, they're going to want to see who's going to come out there every day ready to compete. And you mentioned Dan Campbell several times.
Yeah.
That is why I started pulling for that team, because when I watched them in there, they were on TV every day in Hard Knocks, whatever it is, and the NFL watching it too, but he knew I got to get my team ready to play. I'll take whatever the hell they give me, but I'm not putting the team that I inherited on the field. I'm going to take what I inherited and making it something better, then I'll put them on the field.
That's right.
He knew exactly what he was trying to do.
Yep. Eagles do it. The Baltimore Ravens do it. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the Seattle Seahawks. We already know who the people are. They don't mind it. They play a different brand of football, and we're about to enter that group.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. And listen, man, I'm not trying to sit up here and act like there are a lot of fans in this area who know exactly what they're looking for. But sometimes that's not the loud ones. And I think some of the loud ones don't have a damn clue, and they put the wrong information out, and they